In Texas, a man is driving his pickup home from work when a gray sports car enters the road. And while trying to get in the man's lane, allegedly sideswipes his truck. But rather than stopping, the driver of the sports car continues on their way. So the man in the pickup stays on their tail. He manages to pull alongside the vehicle, presumably in an attempt to get them to pull over. But it does no good. The chase continues for several miles, right into what seems to be the alleged hit-and-run driver's neighborhood, and eventually right to their driveway.
All right, gonna need your all's insurance information.
For what? For what?
For nailing my truck?
What we did that? That been on your truck. You ran into us. Yeah.
You want it back?
Yeah,
You want? Of course I followed you home. You didn't pull over.
For what?
For hitting my
For
truck.
what? You sideswiped us.
Although both parties agree to disagree, the video evidence settles the score. And, according to the driver, the insurance company eventually finds the young woman at fault for the incident. Hopefully, a lesson learned when involved in an accident. Regardless of who's at fault, better to pull over than pull away.
You didn't pull over.
For what?
For hitting my
For
truck.
what? You sideswiped us.
At an intersection in Atlanta, Georgia, a crossing signal gives pedestrians the right of way as a motorist waits to turn left, but then prematurely steps on the gas. The vehicle takes the turn too early and much too tightly, and plows directly into the unsuspecting woman. The woman is clearly disoriented as the driver checks on her welfare and escorts her to the side of the road. Then, surprisingly, he leaves the scene, leaving a good Samaritan to call 911. The woman is taken to a nearby medical center. She sustains no major injuries, but claims she continues to suffer from mental stress due to the incident. To the date of this broadcast, the hit-and-run driver has not been identified. But the perils of the left-hand turn for pedestrians certainly have been.
Oh, I'm telling, yo, I'm standing right here till you hit me. I need some money. Oh, you don't. You don't up now. You going to jail. Oh my God. I don't want this job anyway.
This bus driver turned a bit too sharply in Brooklyn, New York.
He from Texas. That's how they drive in Texas.
And now, he's paying the price.
Oh! He know he hit the car, bro. He don't give a look. He said, I don't give a y'all bitch ass, snitch ass, y'all snitching. I'm snitching too, because I want some monies. Come on.
He does eventually make it through, but the damage is done.
Damn, son. This bus driver kept going too. Look at this. This is up, son. This is like, I don't give a come on. Woo!
The bus driver doesn't stick around, so the enthusiastic videographer reports the incident to the police, who in turn inform the owner of the car, who happens to be an NYPD officer. No word yet on any charges.
Oh, I'm telling, yo!
Northridge, California. This truck has just been rear-ended. The truck's driver gets out of the vehicle, hoping to get insurance information from the driver who just hit him. But the driver refuses and appears to attempt to leave the scene. Until he realizes that his front license plate fell off in the collision and is now in the possession of the man he hit. The two immediately get into each other's faces.
I'll take my license plate, though. You gonna push me in the traffic? Away from me, man. You got the away from me. Give me my license plate. You have my license plate. You have my license plate. You're gonna get hurt.
The driver of the truck assumes the young man is about to flee and prepares to give chase. But the young man doesn't leave. He goes back to his car to retrieve something. His cell phone.
Call him up. Call him up.
The two come face to face again.
You have my license plate. Touch me and I'm gonna you up. What the Hey, you.
More escalation. This conflict is showing no signs of letting up. In fact, it's about to get a lot more dangerous.
You wanna play?
The young driver continues to taunt the older man. And it's working.
Yeah, I do. Oh, you little mother. I'm gonna run your over. Come on, touch it.
The truck driver pulls ahead of him to block him from leaving. But it does no good.
I got you.
The young man takes off. But thanks to the dash cam footage of the incident, the driver of the truck is able to report the accident to the police. To date, no charges have been filed.
Oh, you little mother. You better get the away.
Terry Zamore is a rideshare driver in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She just dropped off a customer when suddenly her car gets slammed into by another driver.
When she hit me, I was definitely in shock. Got out of the car to exchange information. There was a third car involved in this that was going the other direction that I got pushed into. That driver also got out of the car.
But it seems the driver who caused the accident has no plans of sticking around. So Terry tries to stop her.
Got in front of her, she threatened to run me over. I climbed on the hood so she couldn't run me over. I figured she wouldn't drive with me on the hood of a car. I was wrong. It's pure adrenaline rush.
The woman stops the car after driving a few feet. And Terry demands that she stays put.
She seemed like at that point she was willing to stay in the scene.
So Terry goes back to her car while the woman picks up the pieces of her own car. But then, incredibly, the woman drives off. So Terry immediately jumps into her car and goes after her, quickly catching up to her at the next intersection.
I just wanted to catch her for the police. I assumed the car had insurance, which would have helped me, but mostly I just felt it important to chase her down.
But then suddenly, the woman runs the red light. So Terry follows suit. and manages to catch up to her again, eventually cutting her off. But once again, the hit-and-run driver pulls away. When Terry catches up to her a third time, she makes a bold, aggressive move, forcing her into a parking lot.
I knew that parking lot only had one exit. I wasn't sure if a car would be capable of driving through the hedges.
So Terry immediately attempts to take the woman's keys from her.
Give me my key. You give me my key. Give me my key. Where's my key, lady? Where's my key, lady?
Get her off me!
She just ran my car.
She just ran into me on the thing.
You just ran me!
She just did a hit and run.
No, I didn't. You hit me.
I have the whole thing on dash cam.
You see her hit me? Did you see her run me? Get away from each other.
The witness keeps the peace until police arrive shortly after. Thanks to Terry's footage, the other driver receives citations for an expired driver's license, leaving a crash scene without giving information, failure to register a motor vehicle, and having no proof of insurance.
I showed the police dash cam video and that ended that.
As for Terry's car,
I had a lot of damage. The right passenger side, where she T-boned me, and then the front left, where she pushed me into the oncoming traffic. Basically, all three sides of the car.
Terry took a big risk in pursuing the other driver and is aware that were it not for the dash cam video, things might have turned out very differently.
I will not drive without a dash cam. Video doesn't lie, people do.